And we are live at 5/7 Central from the Piranha Pond. What's up, everybody? I want to welcome you guys back to the pond. Come on in and get your feet wet. The water is fine up in this bad boy. I'm your host, Kingfish Mac, joined as usual by Piranhas in the Pond. To the left of me, always the best of me, my brother, Mr. Frankly None Flyer. What's up with it, baby boy?
What up, bro? How the hell are you? Hope you're all having wonderful evenings. Goddamn.
That's right. And down below, y'all know my little bro, Mr. Nick Nurse in the building. What's happening with it, baby boy? Nick, you froze up on us? Look like, there you go. You back, bro?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. You look like you went into the outer limits right there. You was in the goop.
You was stuck in your E40. You looking like E40 in that young freeze frame.
Oh yeah.
Everything been swell with you guys since last we spoke online?
What's up?
Y'all been all good.
Everyday shit for everyday folks, bro.
Shit, me too. Trying to work through this work schedule and still show up for the pond one way or another. We're gonna have to really kind of work our Clubhouse presence because we can all get on Clubhouse from anywhere. In any event, let's go on and get right on topic. In case those of you who don't know what's been going on the last day or so, is that there was an accident down in Philadelphia where young sister, 21-year-old chick named Jayana Tanae Webb.
Miss Webb.
She appeared allegedly to be off that yak, got behind the wheel, and tragedy ensued. I'll read you guys a little short biop. It says Jayana Tanae Webb is a DUI suspect accused of unaliving two Pennsylvania state troopers and a pedestrian in the Philadelphia highway crash. Just months before the deadly crash, she had tweeted from her Twitter account that she's probably the best drunk driver ever. 21-year-old facing several charges, including murder. Blah, blah, blah. The crash killed two Pennsylvania state troopers, Martin Mack III and Brandon Siska. Pedestrian Reyes Rivera Oliveras, who was apparently being helped by the troopers, was also hit. This kind of brings into question some things that, is kind of okay or kind of acceptable in our culture, and especially in youth culture. I remember in my heavy drinking days, I used to have, hey, mama now, my standard expression was, I drink and drive, but I never drive drunk. Right, which, was legit, right? I'd have a cup in the cup holder with some vodka up in that shit or some rim rocker, the whole bottle, right? But if I got faded, I'm saying I always knew when I shouldn't be behind the wheel. But even in saying that, I recognize that having that attitude, I drink and drive, I don't drive drunk, still as irresponsible as a motherfucker. And nowadays, it seems like with youth culture, they take to bragging on social media about your proclivities uh, way more than we did when we were younger. My question is, how much does, um, for lack of a better word, Nick's favorite enemy, how much does clout play a part in some of the mistakes and shit that we've been making, or some of our community members have been making and showing up in the news, like the dude that ran over all them people down in Minnesota.
Hmm.
All
Well,
right, Piranhas.
the one thing that people don't understand, it's not a highlight reel, right? Because you only get one time to make a critical mistake. But it seems like people are investing more and more how reckless and turned up you are these days. And saying that they let their Twitter or whatever kind of news feed enhance the um to seek for thrill seeking, because there's nowhere in the world where you should invest in recklessness. But is it something that makes you popular amongst the people that can't do it?
Right.
You know,
Right.
and so does it put you in a special zone? That's like saying I could sniff an 8 ball of cocaine and not have a runny nose or a trippy throat. You know what I'm saying? But is it something that's gonna uh it's gonna be uh a liability, or is it gonna be something that adds on to your life? That's the point being is it's stupid to highlight it, post it, and if something goes wrong, it's evidence. Here we go.
Right.
That's my
Uh,
main concern. You
uh,
know what I'm saying?
I,
Because it should be discreet into yourself.
I believe that with the whole do it for the vine culture, because that what it's all about. That's what it's still all about now. You know what I'm saying? Doing it for the likes, doing it for the views.
Do
Um,
it for the grant.
do it for the gram. Um,
World star.
with that attitude, you go get a lot more irresponsible shit happening than responsible shit. And the crazy thing about that is back in the day when we didn't have all this shit, even when we was doing irresponsible shit, it wasn't nothing that we went around bragging about. You know what I'm saying? It just we kept that type of shit to ourselves, and the motherfuckers around us who knew us knew it, but it wasn't no big ass conversation. It wasn't nothing that you would brag to your friends about and hope that they be like, "Oh, you the nigga, man. You saying you can drink and drive? You that nigga?" You know what I'm saying? Like, who does that, right? But I guess it's more important to the younger generation now, with everybody being able to see you, that what these motherfuckers think is actually matters. And it really does not. Because at the end of the day, if something happens to you, they can't help get that bitch out of jail. You know what I'm saying?
Her, yeah, her
Right.
whole life is lost right
Right.
now because of whatever incriminating evidence. That's no different than somebody say, "Oh, I'm really turned up out here. I got the blammer." So I'm coming around the block, lighting it up. You
And
know what I'm
can't
saying?
none of them niggas you frosting in front for that clout foe help your ass out when the bullets come flying back out your ass. Or you end up in a situation where you end up running over some motherfuckers because you're driving intoxicated on some bullshit.
Yeah. Well, how they say one and done, because like even buzz driving or turned up on some other scissor or drink in a mixture of all this intoxication, it's not a thing to do because that's just said. You know, let's take it back to the one guy who was driving the subway and invited his girlfriend in the front, and they taped it and went on his live feed, and he just
Right.
lost his whole
Right.
career
Right.
off
Right.
of saying
Right.
that I'm out here making $100,000. I'm having all these people lives in danger. That's no different than him like saying that I got a couple of 99 cents little club Long Island iced teas, and this is how I function. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what is the cost? You know what I'm saying? Or
Nothing.
you gonna,
You lost it all.
just for a few minutes or a text that's being held against you, that's locked forever.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So, I pray for the young lady. The one thing that killed me was actually the reporter in the back. If you actually listen to it close, how much did you have to drink? Was it smart for you to do that? He's like, and I'm saying, he was like commenting. I was like, he turned up. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying?
his job though.
Here, I'll show you something that
What?
just tripped me out about the whole shit. Watch this. Oh wait.
Age 49 to 63 and not able to work. This message is for you.
Is it?
I ain't in none of that area yet.
Jayana Webb was stopped for speeding on 95 just minutes before the deadly crash by the very same troopers she would hit and kill moments later, law enforcement sources say. And the entire stop, sources say, is seen on the police dash camera, was less than 1 minute. Because after they had her license, insurance, and registration of her 2014 Chevrolet Captiva, they had to leave instantly. They got what's called a priority call for the man walking in the left lane after several 911 calls about him. So they left her quickly with a warning to slow down. Sources point out, incredibly, Jayana Webb's last tweet at 12:47 a.m. Monday, "Why the cop pull me, say I'm doing 110 in a 50. She was back driving at a high rate of speed just 10 minutes later, state police said, and as we reported first Monday, double the legal .08 blood alcohol driving limit when tested after the crash. And sadly, she and everyone else learned her January tweet that she is the best drunk driver ever would show how horribly wrong that tweet would turn out to be just 9 weeks later.
Yes,
Wowzers.
exactly.
Wowzers. Like, you can't
make that one up.
You can't write that kind of shit, man.
Nope.
Like my question is, okay, little mama, she mashing, she doing 110 and a 50. You told her she was doing 110 and a 50. She got twice the BAC in her fucking system, blood alcohol content. You ain't smelled no alcohol. She didn't appear to be impaired. None of that shit. And y'all going to get a nigga from walking on the side of the road?
And then get hit by the same person you just put up.
But the same motherfucker that you just let go on some fuck it, keep doing your thing.
Well, they got called off though. You know what I'm saying? So that was basically fake though. That was basically like God basically allowed her to walk away from that for her to piss on. Basically, they could have had you in jail that night, which was crazy because that could have saved some lives. But that's crazy. You know what I mean?
But that goes back to let's just be the elephant in the room. Okay, well, we know that this call some kind of other things to be pulled over, or they'll say, well, we don't really care about your life, lady. Saying somebody else. What's the description? Saying so that goes to add on to it kind of with Caucasian officers in saying people with melanin in it.
Because if they hadn't been called off, she'd have been in jail, bro. They'd have took her out that car. It'd probably been a totally different situation because she was driving 110 in a 50, my nigga.
But the thing is,
she was going to jail, nigga. She was gonna go to jail.
Yeah, reckless driving at that,
and she was drunk as shit.
But the thing is, right? They didn't even call for backup, so that just shows me it's like, are you important, lady?
They didn't have no time. They said after a minute after they stopped her, they got a call to tend to a motherfucker walking on the freeway. So they left her on some slow it down because they got called off. Like if they'd never got that call, she'd have been in jail. They'd be alive. That dude probably still be alive. It'd be a totally different situation. But they were called off.
So I guess
they didn't get a chance to do none of that.
They got a driver's license registration.
That's it. That's all they had a chance to do. That's it.
Wow.
And she ain't had no warrants or nothing. So they gave the shit back and they got called off and they let her go. But if they'd have stopped her and decided to give her a ticket, she'd probably been in jail because they'd have asked her to step out the car, do the whole shit and all the shit to prove that something ain't wrong with you for driving 110 in a 50.
Well, she got a pass because the one thing, I think if it was a dude driving, he would have been under the jail. It was like somebody else get that call closer. You know what I'm saying? So
I think if they had to call them off, it'd still been a fucked up situation because she probably would have been belligerent. It ain't no telling. It ain't no telling. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no telling.
Yeah.
But I do know this. It's highly irresponsible to drink and drive, bro. Even if you think you can function and tolerate and do all that shit is dangerous. Apparently. Dangerous.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't. I'm such a dry driver, nigga. I don't like driving in the rain.
I don't even like taking aspirin and driving. Anything that impairs my stuff, living in the mountains. You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking no aspirin, no drowsiness, no nothing.
I don't even like driving in the rain, bro. Like, but I mean, it's crazy how all that whole setup went because if they hadn't been called off, bro, you know what I'm saying?
You know,
she was going to end up in jail. But I firmly believe that.
But this is
DUI
the other thing too.
all day.
The thing is that her car looks so catastrophic. So did she pass out? It's like always the people that are impaired is the ones that walk away. Not a scratch or nothing to this lady.
Yeah,
you know
right.
What I'm saying? In her car was pretty much look like butter.
Her life is scratched because she gonna spend that shit in prison.
Yeah,
kill two officers, they gonna make sure of that.
Yeah, an innocent person in this, but you know, I don't know how to write it up is gonna be because you know, like you said, it's so odd to have this person, but you know, a couple of minutes later, she take your life. It's like, wow, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I hope that this clout don't say they was irresponsible for letting that person go and they end up killing them.
They were doing their jobs, bro. They had to because they got called to a more important call. It's not like they can be like, man, fuck that call. We got this drunk black lady here.
110.
You know what I'm saying?
Look, Frank, I got to go back and forth with you on there. 110. That is an open book for you to go to jail. Back up.
Right. I believe you. I believe you.
Give me your keys. Look, give me your keys. We got somebody be here to take you to tow truck and be here. We coming back.
I believe you. But what if I called you like, nigga, I'm getting jumped right now. Nigga, you know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? Sit there still haggle a nigga? You gonna come help a nigga out? You know what I mean? When you get called off, you get called off, bro.
But I don't know if I was faded. You know what I'm saying? It'd be if I was getting there, I'm going to jail. And I don't know about that for Frank.
But I mean,
you got your poker.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying they were doing their job, and that's fucked up because that actually what got them killed. Her and her recklessness, of course, not to pass blame on her, none of that shit, because she's solely at fault. But the fact that they were caught, they were doing their job, got them killed.
Exactly,
half of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's just a sad story. We got to pray for those people because now she got a lifelong stuff to answer for. In that little bit of time, and what we used to call it hindsighting, have got you in a slammer.
And that was
double
crazy
murder
too. She put that energy out there, bro. Like that was crazy too.
Right. Like you get released on some woo shit, right? You know you super faded. You know you smell like alcohol, and the police just told you was doing more than twice the fucking speed limit in residential, right? And they let you go, and the first thing you think to do is tweet.
Speed again? And speed again?
Nah, you tweet.
Bragging.
Why these motherfuckers tell me I'm doing 110 and a 50?
I'm gone.
Like you wasn't.
You know what I'm saying? But
and then
Super Mario
get back,
run over the motherfucker.
Then run up. Come on, man. Come on, man. Like that is this man. Most motherfuckers will sit there and let their heart cool down and sit first. Let the heart stop beating first. They can ease on back in the road. Be like, man, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga.
I would have gone off the freeway. But my thing is, right, where was she was in a rush to get?
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? Where was she?
Probably nowhere.
She trying to get to the house.
Probably nowhere, nigga. In a rush to get nowhere, nigga. To be doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, trying
to get somewhere where she can lay on something cool and fucking sleep it off.
And smoke some.
You know, she was already faded wherever she was coming from.
Yeah, she was lit. Right.
You know what I'm saying? You've been doing your thug thizzle and shit, right? She was just trying to make it to the house. Probably had been swerving like a big dog all the way until when the ones caught up to her.
But I mean, even in that fact, she was going 110, swerving or not, nigga, they was gonna get her.
I'm gonna tell you one thing, right? I don't give a fuck how drunk I am. When the ones get behind me with them cherries, oh, I'm sober immediately. Immediately.
But look, how about this? How about this, Mac? If you tweeted me or just say, man, hey, I'd have been like, Mac, pull over, park the car, get out, drink some water. I'm coming to get you.
Hey,
responsible.
Only white people with privilege stay drunk when the police get behind them. Cause they talk shit and do all the shit. You put the police behind a nigga drunk, sober, whatever. He gonna pay attention.
Act right immediately. Nigga,
right away. Right away.
All that.
Right away. Nigga, that's crazy.
And she sounded like she just started getting faded. You know what I'm saying? So, man, it's just a sad case.
Hey, you know what's crazy?
Case, man.
Excuse me, bro. You know what's crazy? Okay, so you remember how they used to have all them little cop dash cam videos when they bust the people that be that they be busting the people that be and they pull them out the car and have them doing the little drunk test. Right. How many black people have you saw on that test? On TV. On TV, though. You know what I'm saying? No. Never, nigga. Either nigga straighten up or go to jail. Backwards. Right, all the shit. All the shit. Now nobody saying you straighten up and still go to jail.
Crazy. Motherfucker talking about walk 10 steps and turn around and walk the nigga do them 20 steps and be looking at the police like your turn.
Right. And what? And niggas still end up in jail.
Right.
Even and primarily because he refused the breathalyzer, nigga. I'm not finna blow on that bitch. Y'all might have to take me.
I already know what's happening here. One I ain't gonna be able to beat.
Right. I'm not. Fuck that. I ain't blowing in that bitch, bro. You know what I'm saying? Do what
Go ahead on take these tickets and these points. That's what nigga be saying. I'm gonna take this ticket, get these little points. They'll be back in 6 months. I'll be good.
But I'm not blowing in that bitch.
Niggas going right to jail.
I done did everything right. I'm not gonna blow in that bitch.
But I gotta say, right?
All that bitch at all.
White boy coming down Mall hollering and shit. He get 15 chances to touch his nose.
Man, and still end up with a ticket, nigga. We're gonna follow you home, nigga. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna follow you home. Make sure you get there safely. You good tax-paying white citizen. You know
what up, bro?
So, bro. So look, allegedly, right? So me and Mac, you know, he just came home, right? So me and Mac decided to go somewhere in, I want to say Compton or something, one of them, to a party, right? So we go get the liquor, everything. So everybody end up coming outside in the streets, turned up, whatever, right? So me and Mac, we almost 3 sheets to the wind, right? Police come, somebody decided to take off in the car. We didn't get in the car after the police came by. We went right back in the house to set. We wasn't driving nowhere or nothing. That motherfucker was like, "Oh, you can
fuck that road."
You know what I'm saying? While hitting the half pipe by driving off, like, hey, but we was like, you know what? 8 hours to sober up. I guess we're leaving at 6 in the morning.
Righteous. I'm that nigga. I'm that nigga that'll pull over on the freeway and take a ticket for sleeping on the freeway as opposed to taking the ticket for being drunk, nigga.
Yeah.
I don't fuck around. I can't drive like that. Yeah, I can't drive like that. I
can't hit no brrr, none of that stuff. Pull it over. You know what I'm saying? Give me a blanket out the back.
Right quick. Right quick.
Shine a light in there. Hey,
lock the doors, lean that seat back, nigga.
Yeah,
I tell you, I used to drink and drive, but I wouldn't drive drunk, right? By the time I get to where I'm at, I'm probably like ready, right? But I've already decided that it ain't no fucking round trip going down.
No.
I'm starting my party before I get there.
Right, I know I ain't coming back. Not tonight. Yeah, not tonight. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah. I've just never really been that type of drinker, so it's easy for me. But I mean,
but the cool thing is me and Nick, we come from, I always say we come from a family of professional alcoholics, right? Like, not meaning that you go to the meetings. Ain't no fucking meeting. And you don't fucking quit nothing, right? Like, you got to fucking finish something in your bum ass life.
You might
right?
as well be
There ain't
this.
no fucking, right?
Might as well be this, nigga.
Shit. I got uncles that used to drive from the fucking jungle to Inglewood at 11:30 at night. Hated. I'm talking about you can't walk up the stairs, but you can maneuver that motherfucking Mercedes, though. God damn it!
Through all the lights and all the shit.
All the back cuts, all that shit. Nowhere the police don't be, all that, right? Yeah, man. We
and nigga ain't drunk enough to not know that. Nigga, that's for sure.
Hey,
you know
but no. So how about this one, right?
Niggas ain't got no DUIs, none of that shit.
None of that. Right. I come from the same type of people, man.
No, but how about this, right? Today's your lucky day, 12-year-old. I'm gonna pull over and got these pillows. Go ahead, you know where to go. Go straight. Don't hit no lines, and don't look. Don't look when the car pull up on side. Just look straight ahead and go.
look, Nick caught them. Yeah, I might be a little too much. Let me relax a little days. When I was Nick age, at that age, it was keep. Come on, boy, get your ass in goddamn. Yeah, right? We getting back to Inglewood from the jungle, right?
Yeah.
I'll be in the back of the truck. I'm talking about with the roof and shit, right?
Yeah.
90-pound and shingles and the big ass motherfucking tub of tar and shit, right?
Yeah, in the
sitting
back.
On the hump, sitting on the wheel well and shit, right? Yeah, we gonna make it though, goddamn it. Trust and believe.
When it was legal for niggas to be in back of trucks.
Yeah.
Look, Frank. I done been as a little kid in the caravan coming back from Big Bear the back way, right? Yeah. Down the mountain. Right. And these niggas started drinking like when we started packing 7:30 in the morning, right? And nigga hit it. Nick Grandpa hit a snowbank one time, right? Scared the shit out of me. I thought we was going over. Shit, you know what we did? All right, hey, y'all kids, get the hell out the goddamn car. And got something, books or something, some kind of fucking end of a book tore off, scraped the snow, you know what I'm saying, from up under the front wheel. Move that shit off the goddamn windshield. And yeah, we gonna keep it moving. And nobody better not say nothing, right? Till we get down this hill.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Y'all live, right? Well, shut up then.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Well, shut up then.
It's another
we out. Right. We out.
and that's the thing, right? I look, allegedly, I didn't drove.
Y'all survived, didn't you?
Allegedly, I didn't drove all the way down Van Ness. You know, said to the post office on Century Boulevard, and I bet not ever seen nothing in my life.
Shout out to my guy Raj, my G, all the way
what
from
up,
the
bro?
west side, King Cab days and beyond.
What up, bro? In the building.
You know what I'm saying? So, but that's just to show you, right? Because that a lot of these people that's you know, on the turned up side of the game in clout, right? It's like I wouldn't want that kind of clout for nothing in the world.
Nothing in the world, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Because if it's not $1 million in the bank, or you know what I'm saying, allegedly hit a bank or a big lick, I don't want to go down there as
imagine going viral for all the wrong reasons.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, I hope people out there in the land that's listening to my voice, a little harsh though, right? That is nothing worth taking a life because you trying to get some views in your thing, because you can't check it from jail. You know what I'm saying? If everything that you put on there is subject to review now, your whole life, Miss Webb.
Everything.
You know what I'm saying? It's adding years onto your recklessness. You know what I'm saying? From drinking as a minor, who is responsible for it, who gave her the liquor, where did she buy the liquor from, and they sit and went up to the counter on cameras, because it's cameras at stoplights, whatever, and they're tracking you back, lady. You know what I'm saying? And everybody is subject to prosecution now, because you want to.
But not just Miss Webb, though. Everybody or anybody who's watching this shit got to be better at your thought process.
You know what I'm saying? Because Nobody said, "Hey, pull over, let me come get you." Hey, pull over, grab an Uber. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Because simple as that. Pull over, or you're gonna say, "Oh shit," you know what I'm saying? I pulled a lick. I got past the stupid ass cops and ran right into them.
This is this lady's legacy, y'all. How crazy is that?
You know what I'm saying?
How crazy is that?
So I
Speaking
hope
of,
people wake up and get,
speaking
you know
of,
what I'm saying?
You're damn right, baby boy. Speaking of legacies and black women, I know
Oh, here we
that
go.
I have the dubious reputation of being the
What?
argumentative black man. This is what I'm gonna
Who
call it.
said that?
I'm the
He
angry
Who,
does.
black man up in
He
who
does.
said
the
that?
corner, right?
He does.
They.
And
He
and a
does.
lot of times the things that I'm angry about or appear angry about is the lack of what I consider to be the lack of communication between black men and black women. Um, Also, a lot of times I take exception with the concept that black women are the most disrespected or underappreciated class of people in the United States. Um, but I'm really pro sister. And because I'm pro sister in my heart, this shit right here, man, the way that these motherfucking white boys been trying to do, the illustrious sister, the honorable judge Kentanji Brown Jackson, is too fucking much for me, man. Here, y'all check this shit
Ridiculous,
out,
right,
man.
bro?
Check this shit out. Oh wait.
They're trying to Clemens Thomas her right now.
It's not about race. We will see
No,
Democrats in the media suggest that any senator that is skeptical of your nomination, that questions you vigorously, or that dares to vote against you must somehow harbor racial animus.
It's about we're all racist if we ask hard questions. It's not going to fly with us. We're used to it by now. At least I am.
Dr. King hoped for a country where we would all be judged by the content of our character rather than our race. Do these quotes still reflect your views on this very important topic today?
Do you agree with Miss Hannah Jones that one of the primary reasons the colonists decided to declare independence is because they wanted to protect the institution of slavery? In your understanding, what does critical race theory mean? What is it? Do you agree with this book that is being taught with kids that babies are racist?
Do you consider critical race theory in your sentencing decisions as a judge?
Now,
Wow. It all
that's just
started
the
in
tip of the
school.
iceberg. That's just the
Man.
shit that they were doing on the racial tip, right? Really trying to make her be accountable for any and every decision that had any kind of racial animus or racial undertone. Along with it, they also went to the extent of questioning her positioning as far as pedophiles are concerned, and whether or not in a sentencing case she thought it was important to waive the reading of the pre-sentencing report from the public defender's office or from wherever, from the district attorney's office. It's a trip, right? That really kind of hit home, right? Because I actually was in a situation like that one time at sentencing, and my pre-sentencing report wasn't ready, and I opted to let them go head on and sentence me without the PSR because it was my birthday, and I thought, okay, well, if they don't hear about all this fuck shit that I got in my fucking history, I might get some probation. Of course, it didn't work out like that. I got 15 years on my birthday. So, but I understand sometimes how it is a non-factor for a judge to not even consider the pre-sentencing report because they're going to max your ass out any fucking way, right? But of course, that wasn't the context in which these questions was brought to her. They questioned her about Roe versus Wade. They questioned her about the whole Guantanamo scenario, right? Where at the time she was part of a group of lawyers who were called upon to write what's called an amicus brief, right? Friend of the court brief, pointing out some of the what we now know to be was some of the war crimes that were being committed in Guantanamo Bay, specifically torturous actions and shit, right? That were documented, reported upon, and there was a lawsuit that was being filed alleging those things. And in that lawsuit, because the lawsuit is against the United States, but you can't bring a lawsuit against the United States, you have to bring it against the officers of the United States, who is the president, the fucking attorney general, and whoever the fuck else. You sue them in their official capacity, and those names change as the people in the office change if the lawsuit is still going. It was in that case that one of the allegations was that the torturous actions that were being done at Guantanamo Bay, the waterlogging and all of these enhanced interrogation techniques, as they called them at the time and shit, that we now know to be torture. That group of attorneys pointed that out and said that those acts amounted to war crimes, right? These people in Congress, these white boys, is trying to tell her that she called George Bush a war criminal. And harped on it for 30 minutes.
But it was never proved that it was her. It was just one of the lawyers. They didn't say it was her.
It was just one of the lawyers, right? But they were trying to box her in. You know what I'm saying? That she felt that George Bush is a war criminal, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. They sweated her on the fact that there was a hearing that was being held at some point where she sat on the board or whatever it was, and she chose to take that particular time to go do some family related shit, right? She took her time off. And so they made an issue of whether or not she could balance motherhood and the judiciary. Like, what the fuck?
No, they were totally trying to strip her character, bro. Period.
Come on, man. This woman is fucking Howard Law School graduate, fucking editor of the fucking Howard Law Review. Like, dude, you don't get more prominent than that in that fucking legal world. She traveled the whole fucking gamut of all that shit, right? Private practice, fucking district attorney's office, public defender's office, judgeships. You feel what I'm saying?
All the shit you're supposed to do. Period. Well, yeah, I mean,
crazy, ain't it?
You know, but here's the thing, though. It's because she's black, bro, and she's a woman.
Exactly.
So
and she's a woman.
So they gonna try to strip her out. But understand this though. Nothing that they could find about her was illegal. Nothing. All the shit they could find about her was about her character. So
no, but they don't even come into question.
She's a beautiful, beautiful black woman doing her shit.
Look, because that don't even matter, because I feel like they're trying to Clarence Thomas her.
Well, they're trying to Anita Hiller.
That's what it is.
That's what they're doing. They're trying to Anita Hiller.
But
fuck Clarence Thomas.
But look, I got something for them. The cold part about it, right? What Judge Joe Brown say about it? No.
Her reputation is pristine, bro. The decisions that she made in any legal aspect of her job are strictly, purely professional decisions, and they were never wrong decisions. They're not even arguing whether the decisions were right or wrong. They're just arguing whether she made them or not, and that's ridiculous. Right. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. But learning from Keith, this is how it goes, right? That wherever it is, you are actually not arguing case law. You're actually arguing the point of what does the law and apply to be applicable to wherever my judgment is as a person who has took the oath to dish out the law. So it don't matter when I go home whether I wear flip-flops or Nikes or the integrity behind this robe. Now you making it look like all these representatives, like, are we gonna have a problem with us trying to get stuff past you when we want our super PACs or whatever it is that you want to be the angry black judge?
They had the nerve to ask her was she in favor of the Democrats stacking the fucking Supreme Court? And just knowing what we just came through with the Trump era, because remember we had a whole big ass motherfucking argument with this last, because Trump put 2 motherfuckers up in there, but this last motherfucker, he was already voted out of office, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
You weren't even supposed to be able to do
that at all. The fuck. But I mean,
You know what I'm saying? But then, the critical race theory was a study to talk about a conversation we should have or not. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, how can it reach that far up the hill that don't have nothing to do with it? What about all these people that's being falsely accused systemically for the last 500 years? You know what I'm saying? Like, are we going to change case law for that? Or you going to pardon everybody when it comes to the thing? Because all they're asking to me is, if we do something wrong, be found guilty of something, or you on our side, or you just going to throw the book at us. You know what I'm saying?
I like I like the way my boy or the way that she handled this one fucking senator, young ass fuck, looked like he probably was about 38 years old and shit. Clean cut white boy. But it kind of demonstrate what both my boy Ja and Mama Nell was saying about her being just so much smarter than them, and her really, just, man, she did. He was trying to knock her down on, or trying to pin her down on something, some legal question. And she was like, well, from a legal point of view, what a habeas corpus is when blah, 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 blah. But she was just breaking down all the legal procedures and why it was improper for her to have a position without there having been an established set of circumstances for her to have a position. This motherfucker, after he couldn't trip her up or nothing, and she stayed on her point, because she kept saying, thank you for the opportunity to explain to you, because he kept saying, well, I don't understand what you're saying. She was like, well, thank you for the opportunity to explain to you, right? And then just break that shit right back down for him. This motherfucker ended up saying, yeah, well, it just sounds like a whole bunch of legal gobbledygook to me. And I'm saying, bitch, bitch, what are you talking about?
That's exactly what the fuck it is. You supposed to know this shit, nigga. Ain't you sitting on the motherfucker? Come on, man.
A bunch of legal gobbledygook.
That's what it is. But that's what it's supposed to be, nigga.
Mail him a copy. Hey, mail him a copy of the shorthand. Let him, he can frame it on his wall. You know what I'm saying? What you call that? The stenographer need to mail it and put it on his wall at this particular time on this day. Here it goes for you. Never forget.
Right. That's what it was supposed to be. That's what it was supposed to be. Legal gobbledygook, nigga.
Yeah, sign, seal, and deliver.
That's what it's supposed to be. That's what it's supposed to be, Mama. But that's why they're so scared of her, because she's brilliant and they don't know what else to do with her but run from her, trying to keep her from getting where she want to be. But I guarantee you, all the people that's listening that are our people, man, protect her at all costs, support her at all costs.
Not to cut you off, Nick, but I just gotta send a super special shout out to, my bald head boy and shit, man. I used to be kind of critical of him as, just a fucking Democratic senator and shit, right? When him and Kamala Harris,
he did his shit,
brother sister shit. But Cory Booker, man, shout out to Cory Booker, man.
Shout outs for sure.
Super shout out to Cory
baby
Booker.
Salute to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, real.
He did that.
Man.
He did that. Only motherfucker in there that said he's supposed to do.
Right. He was like, I'm not even fixing to ask you no questions. I'm fixing to take my time to praise you, because I can't
salute you, baby. Yep.
What these motherfuckers is up to.
Right.
And he did his shit, man.
Yes,
he did his shit.
Salute to that,
like,
baby.
A nigga like me was half in tears and shit, right? I was like, yeah, man, that's how a motherfucker really supposed to represent this shit. Not on none of that fuck shit that we always be arguing about that don't mean shit, but when it really counts, you know what I'm saying?
That love.
The nigga supported like he was supposed to. Real
Come on,
shout
man.
out to Cory Booker.
That's what it's about, baby. That's what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
If I was, I would have ended with this. Well, here, guys, all y'all wrestling, all that's down. Here go your critical race theory right here. How she made it this far. You know what I'm saying? This your critical race theory right here. You know what I'm saying? So you can't criticize somebody that knows that's a little bit that you don't even have the accolade. And she's not even really trying to lead with an accolade because what she have in her mind and how she dish it out is all that matters. Fair balance. You know what I'm saying? It's still sitting there, and where y'all question her integrity, she just silence y'all with repeats. This that little cat right there.
They was trying to chink the armor though, because she had a few tears, man. But you know what I'm saying? She still beasted that shit out. I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
It's very smart.
And this goes back to before, and I gotta say it like this: when we actually developed this government that they still talking about, when you actually go back, it was people with melanin that actually kicked it all up as Republicans. You know what I'm saying? But they wanted to hang them. You know what I'm saying? The blacks. You know what I'm saying? That farm everything from Louisiana Purchase all the way down.
They take everything.
But the thing is, right? But if you go back and look, if you go to the Hall of Records in your city or your county, right? And go back to the Hall of Records, you will see at the top of a lot of these bills, it was a figure of blackness on the top of that bill.
Bro.
In pictures.
Do you know how many thriving black cities that these white people just taken? They flooded whole cities of black people out. They take everything from us.
So the thing is, because we set a precedent.
Brian ain't gonna like that,
nigga. I don't give a fuck, nigga. You know that is some fucking evil and heinous shit, bro.
So coming to Black History Month,
that's some bullshit.
So coming back, coming into Black History Month.
I mean, damn near hundreds of them, bro. Come on, man.
Because the thing is, right?
That's why critical race theory is so important to them, because when you get into that topic, a whole lot of evil comes out, especially now with the age of information. We can dig deeper than what we were taught in them books. That's why they don't want that critical race theory shit to be taught, because nigga, all their skeletons lie within that shit.
You know, one of the things that we never think about when we be talking about the reasoning behind them really pushing this critical race theory protest or whatever the fuck you want to call it, backlash. We all kind of old enough to remember when white boys in the fucking suburbs and in Beverly Hills and shit started listening to gangster rap, not just rap.
Yeah.
Gangster rap.
Yeah.
Right. And started trying to live that shit out, bucking their fucking parents, running away from the fucking wealth structure. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden now kids want to go out and fucking be DJs and shit instead of running the fucking fucking national corporation. And I think that they really just trying to protect against that shit again.
I mean,
they trying to protect against what they would consider to be the negative influence of our culture on their kids, because they don't give a fuck about us teaching our kids about slavery and Jim Crow and none of that shit, or critical race theory in itself.
Here's the thing:
if that shit was quarantined to just the black communities, and we went along and said, yeah, we're gonna teach that in, primary schooling, right? You wouldn't hear nobody fucking saying shit about it, because our parents are not going to no fucking PTA meeting saying that our kids don't need to be learning the real history of this country.
Right.
And white parents don't give a fuck about what's going on in our neighborhoods.
So, and the thing is, right, I don't even know. So I feel this way, to be straight up with y'all, right? It's like, we actually live real life, right? So all those things in those books, all the history that we come from, I don't want you to feel like you got to give me a handout because my ancestors had a hard time. God damn it, I know that already. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, if I still don't have the power to change public opinion, you know what I'm saying? Well, however, before I get it, working 9 to 5, got my own business, become a billionaire or a millionaire, however you want to call it, right? But I'm not in a position to actually say that I took my revenue and said, I'm going to start a city to replicate what the future is. No clout chasing, no views, no internet, no access to let me correct the struggles that my ancestors have. Well, I think they did a pretty good job by, through the grace of God, let me be here and having me surviving all this time, right? Because I can't go back and change how they felt, how they got over it, because they did it with their heads up, not heads down, right? But still go back. If you say, no, let's take it back to Dr. King days, just like we had the discussion about, damn, Dr. King, Rihanna posted something with Dr. King with gold teeth in his mind. I was like, he was from the South.
Blinged
So
up,
how
you
you
know what
know?
I'm saying? And we come,
But the thing is,
and we come from that. You know what I'm saying? We come from
but
that.
for me to be threatened with getting canceled, because that's why I was like, if he had a little bit of bread and he want to preserve his teeth forever, then goddamn it, that don't make him who he was and what came out of his mouth, right? So they're making a point of this critical race theory is people, if they don't want to comprehend and still be ignorant to the facts, it don't matter how many books you got down right. It's right there. Or you up or motivated to go and do the research and say what?
So two things, right? One, about the gold shit. We come from people who were draped in that. So that's nothing. That's why that shit didn't flame like they thought it was going to flame. That shit's gone. B, on the point of Mac, what he was saying about them protecting their generations from our culture. They take everything. We didn't ask them to do that. You know what I'm saying? We didn't ask them to do that.
We didn't force
fucking with me. We done fucking sold it to them. You know what I'm saying? So fuck that. And they make money off of that. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? They building generations off of our shit. So that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Now I understand in terms of the old white money, but that shit can only last so long. So that's a foregone conclusion regardless. But in terms of now, nigga, they are vulturing our culture so bad, nigga, it's ridiculous. They have nothing without us. A lot of them, not all of them, a lot of them still working off that stupid old money. But you know what I'm saying? Like, they make a lot of money off of us, bro. You know what I mean? They are encouraging the kids to coach. You know what I'm saying? Come run this record label. You know what I'm saying? The Tommy Mottolas and all them motherfuckers, bro. You know what I mean? Nigga, man.
So when
slavery.
When it actually came to me, and I was close-lipped for a long time. Actually, when it was like taking like East Palo Alto, when it was taking a lot of these cities, they call it urban renewal. We are taking the urban out and renewing it to this oasis of economical wealth. You know what I'm saying? Prosper and thrive in a place that used to be the murder capital. New Orleans, urban renewal. It's like, wow, it's like you taking it and saying renewal with what? Because now you done took out wherever blood, sweat, and tears that and who built infrastructure. You had carpentry and roofers that was in the area. They didn't go and try to hire none of those people that had, you know what I'm saying, where they money circulate in the community. It's like, oh no, bring everybody who got these college degrees. Forget about Mr. Butler down the street. Forget about Mr. Rogers over there that does fire cabinet work with special woods. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go, what? Right to IKEA. You know what I'm saying?
They didn't hire none of the motherfuckers that was displaced from that shit that had construction businesses that was flooded out from that shit. They didn't want to. That was their intention not to. Because they definitely could have.
So once they put that in effect, I'm like, urban renewal, you're not renewing anything urban about this, but you want to put urban on it.
Bro, but that's where our fucking community politics, that's where because all that bullshit ass zoning and shit they can do, and we get the righteous people in the righteous spots, man, we can change a lot of that shit. All of that shit, actually.
So, Frank, that's when they start making laws. Me, you, and Keith couldn't stand on the corner and talk about all the stuff that goes on in the neighborhood. We know Miss Parker down the street needs her groceries taken out. We go over there and cut the grass when I cut my grass. You know what I'm saying? But you guys, y'all business people in this community, can't stand on the corner. It's called loitering. You know what I'm saying? Because you making the economic value go down. Because Frank, you got a Cadillac with Vogues on it. Not a
right quick, Mac. Case for my point right quick. Remember that shit that I sent you about that black city in Arkansas? Where the city was 70% black, the mayor, chief, everybody was black in those positions, and they are living live. They are doing their shit and they are thriving. You know what I'm saying? Like, we get righteous people in righteous spots, bro.
Tulsa,
we can live like we're supposed
Oklahoma.
to live.
No, who was that? In Oklahoma, you said one too. No, Wichita, Kansas.
I'm talking about right now to this day, bro. I'm talking about
Yeah.
right now to this day.
hmm
Yeah.
So right there, you know, that one lady, when they giving her all this, they didn't even put her in, you know, when she worked her way to get into position, right? They going off of all these other theoretically, if it comes across your desk. And that is unfair and unbalanced to even ask this person, because if you was in that seat, if it was reversed, would you want somebody to ask you those questions? So that's how I say Frank weighs heavy on the mind of all of these things. Like, right? Like they would actually go back and see all the post dates, make it like Keith was like, he said something, say, don't be trolling because I'll go deep inside and find out what you're really about. He said to us. I don't know if you ever want to break it up, but I was like, wow, Mac is a bookworm. It really like down to the minute things, if you really want to get it and try to catch a fade on the pond.
The man in the chair. I'm telling you, if we were superheroes, we be in the building.
Yeah. But I like
Okay,
how
but
you
look,
said the oak that be making sure. Look, he's not an olive branch; he's the olive tree. You know what I'm saying?
this is what I wanted to say about the whole what do we call it? The shit we was just talking about, man.
Critical
Which
race
one?
theory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the CRT,
Yeah.
the whole CRT shit and economics, right? While I understand, so I think you got a few different moving parts all operating at the same time, right? So you got old money, right? Old money, which controls real life, actual politics, right? Motherfuckers in Congress and the fucking state legislature and your mayor's office, city council, all that shit, right? So that's all old money controlled or new big money controlled or influenced, right? And then you got the whole critical race conversation, which is, remember, we had a podcast about this. It's a course taught to law students so that they can understand the legal and economic impact that slavery has continuously had on criminal defendants, right? But even if you look at the critical areas of that particular theory, right, as us as a community as a whole, and not even fucking dealing with, the quote unquote criminal element, right? Just the inequities that have been suffered upon our particular people for our entire history here in the United States, and how that fabric is woven into the laws, the procedures, the fucking all the fucking lending criterias, everything that is designed to make black people, are designed to keep black people from being competitive on the same level. Because remember, we're not dumber, but we grew up believing that you have to be twice as smart. You have to work twice as hard to be thought of as half as smart. Just out the fucking gate, right?
Right.
And that's because we have all these various different roadblocks in place. Now, with that being said, we, in the last 50 years, we've come into a different industrialized age, right? Where the industry had previously been controlled by, multimillionaires and fucking steel barons and fucking media moguls and shit like that, right? Well, the technology in the last 50 years has um, allowed motherfuckers to have more of a voice in all kind of different shit on their own, right? And consequently be able to monetize that shit, right? And we saw it back in the 90s, really, right? With the quote unquote music label ownership of blacks, which really never was. I think I explained that before too. A bunch of
Yeah.
production deals and 50-50 partnerships with the major labels, right? But you don't own shit, right? Only a couple of companies own shit. So now we fast forward into the we in the all the way digital age now. Internet is the streets. The metaverse is coming right up. Niggas is getting money off of fucking keystrokes, right? Like major money, scam money, motherfuckers selling weed over the internet, right? Any
YouTube
fucking thing,
money.
right? YouTube money. Everybody is putting themselves in different positions to where you no longer have to go to the ordinary power structure to ask for permission to be able to be successful, right? You just make your motherfucking self successful and you thumb your nose in the face of whatever the traditional standard was in your arena. One of the things that I've been having a running conversation with somebody about the last couple of weeks is DJ Academics, right? He's a perfect example of this, right? Now, we was all listening to DJ Academics when, from the war in Chirac and commenting on hip hop from his mama's basement, doing the fucking Twitch shit, all the way up through Everyday Struggle and, what he's doing now. What motherfuckers don't realize is Act got 25 million fucking subscribers. Or 2.5 million subscribers, right? So the money that Ack is making from just hard work and dedication in the media space, doing it the way that the new school was doing it, right? He's become a monumental success. In the old school, radio, fucking Ebro, Rosenberg, Charlemagne the God, all them motherfuckers, remember, they always looked at podcasters and vloggers as you motherfuckers is on the internet. Get a real job.
Fake one.
Real job is in radio. You ain't got no real chops. Even to the extent that now when motherfuckers is reporting on traditional shit that's happening in the media, like Choke No Joke, goes to the whole fucking Tasha K and Cardi B fucking trial, right? Him and the other black dude, Byron, whatever the fuck his name is and shit, right? They was the only two media people that was there for the whole trial. But because of the way that they report, they vloggers, talking my shit.
It wasn't accredited.
On YouTube, then everybody says how unaccredited they are, right? You ain't no real fucking journalist. So Academic suffers from the same thing. Okay, you reporting on fucking industry events, shit that's happening, hot topics, like a fucking TMZ or a Rolling Stone magazine, but who the fuck are you? And Ack is like, well, bitch, I'm the motherfucker that made millions of dollars from doing this shit while you still begging a motherfucker to release your fucking song. Fuck you mean?
Yeah.
Who the fuck you think you talking to? So the roles are reversed now, right? Whereas 10 years ago, somebody like Ack would be, fucking stabbing his mama in both her legs to get out the door to go interview a Megan Thee Stallion or have anything, to be sucking her ass. I mean, we seen how he was 4 years ago with the fucking Migos on the red carpet when Joe Budden was like, what the fuck is this shit? Sucking these niggas fuck off they fucking cocks. Feel what I'm saying? But times change. Times change and the power structure changes, right? So now you can't look at Academics as just some fucking internet vlogger. This nigga is doing bigger numbers than TMZ.
Right.
Yeah. And look, and
not only that, you probably want to fuck with him. You want him doing your interview on his new podcast that they just gave him $8 million without ever doing a podcast. Spotify just wrote him a check for $8 million here and built him a studio. You will probably want to be interviewed by him if you got some shit that you're trying to break, or artists that you're trying to break.
And the same,
talking about.
In the same,
I'm gonna go to Joe Budden's podcast if I'm a rapper, or if I'm a manager and I'm got a hot rapper I'm trying to break. I'm gonna go to Joe Budden. I'm gonna go to Academics, fucking Off the Record podcast, and I'm gonna go to Whack 100's new shit, Whack 100 Entertainment fucking show, and No Jumper, and Vlad. That's where I'm going to. And then after my buzz, then I'll go fuck with Charlemagne and them and Hot 97. Because you motherfuckers are secondary now. Y'all don't push the culture.
Right.
So again, to go back to what I was saying, you have now a whole generation of people that are coming into their own that are saying, yeah, I understand what CRT is, and it's fucked up that it's like that. And you know what, man? Fuck my mama and them's money and shit, right? Because I'm doing this fucking weed business over here. I don't give a fuck about they newspaper shit. Matter of fact, newspapers is out the door. You know, my mom and them need to try to invest in some of this green shit. You feel what I'm saying? So the culture is really not, it still is being pushed by real-time politics and real-time money, but slowly going away from that. Especially when the verse hits, man. You be
it's
whatever
going
the fuck
down
you,
and make money from it.
right.
But see,
Right.
see, so and my thing is, right? So like I'm real big on cancel culture, clout, and all the rest of that stuff, right? And it's like that's one of the things that actually, yeah, it's money in it when you actually sign up, because like y'all said, it's the new streets now, and I'm pretty sure that we could, you know what I'm saying, we are in that world and we are still bringing sensibility to it, right? You know, another way of unpacking it, I want to say, because just like I was watching something that y'all sent me, you know, with the guy Jason Lee. They thought Jason Lee wasn't accredited, but he actually took it a step further and said, whatever content I get, it's under mine. It's my creation. It came from my head. I'm distributing. So how did I get in bed with, not pause. How did I get lined up with Kanye West to get the first interview? Y'all can't take my content and use it for y'all story because y'all got to pay me. Because he's calling me first. Now, am I accredited on Hollywood Unlocked? Okay, well, maybe I do got a problem with the list of the Ford lady. You know what I'm saying? Saying that she paid accredited to who I am in the beginning, but she ain't know how to do it because nobody believed in me. And y'all right. That critical race theory will have us miss the record and try to argue a point. But we been changed that. And just like Frank said, it's going to go in our community where our dollars circulate 8 times before it got into the rest of this world. And you're right, Mac, because behind the keyboard, there's no race, creed, or color, but money. Let's get it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you.
My thing about the old heads of radio is now every last one of them motherfuckers got a podcast. From Big Boy to fucking all of them. They all got podcasts now. So shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Right, shut the fuck up.
Trying to play catch up.
All that hate y'all was doing, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. That's
you know
crazy. Why argue at, like, evolution is evolution, bro. And I love every bit of it, right? Why argue? Just find you a lane, get the fuck in. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck in. You know what I mean?
You know, but look, but my thing is, right? So since I've been, you know what I'm saying, in another spot where my Wi-Fi is also, I've been super indulgent. I haven't been bothering y'all at 4 o'clock in the morning, right? But my man Ebro in the morning with Rosenberg and all that, and they try to put themselves like they're the next up they coming. But I'm like, you still got to go see Angie Martinez there, buddy, because she gets exclusives on her side of the game. You can't knock her for being a hip hop pioneer, from making records to talking to them, and she was actually there. You know what I'm saying? Without a doubt. You was on the radio, but she was walking inside the building. So shout out to Andy Martinez too, because she be getting the bangers. I don't know about Flex though. That keep on doing you know what I'm saying?
You mean Funkmaster Flex? That nigga was
but
a music mogul before he was a fucking radio entity. That's
but the
Funkmaster
thing is,
Flex,
right?
man.
He's still not keeping up with LA Leakers, baby.
Oh, well, hey, I don't know nothing about that. All I know is Flex is in a different area because he was music first, then radio. It's different.
You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, he be trying to keep up with LA Leakers, and he's still not touching them. I don't know if y'all up on the LA Leakers, man. They all look.
Yeah. I'm in LA. What you talking about?
I don't know about that. I in the woods.
You the only motherfuckers that's in the woods, homie. Well, not no more, but we been here. You know what I'm saying?
It's okay, man. I'm in the woods, not the hood, but the hood's still inside me. So
all the time.
This nigga, look. See, I done already dissected Nick's whole stilo, right? He was up at 3:30 in the morning watching freestyle rappers. Started off with Sway, right? caught somebody fucking killing the 5 fingers of death. And then on the side of it, it was them again and Big Boy. And then he watched the Big Boy video. And on the side of that, it was LA Leakers. And he was like, what the fuck is this? And clicked on it and see my boys in there and how they get down. Like, he was like, oh, shit.
No, but
I know
I've been
these
on
niggas
LA
ain't up
Leakers.
on no LA Leakers. Yes, we
No,
are,
I've been
brother.
no.
And they ain't new. And they,
I
them
know,
niggas
but
ain't new.
the
At
thing
all.
is, right? So I go all the way back when Crooked Eye was doing all the 72 weeks he won the whole day. That's how long I've been on the LA League.
Oh, but wait though. Hey, Mac, I was watching the Joe Bud podcast where they had Royce the 5'9" on that joint, and they was addressing that whole slaughterhouse shit. And I kind of felt that nigga.
Too.
Yeah, I kind of felt that
felt
nigga
him
on
too.
that. Nigga, like, nigga,
I felt him too.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I've
that's
been
crazy.
feeling Royce.
See, but this is my first time
laughing
really hearing
at
him
Joe
talk
shit.
about it. It's always been Joe who I've been getting a little bits from, but actually hearing Royce talk about like his side of it, I was like, yeah, that's some real shit.
Yeah, I watched the I'm trying to think what it was that Royce was on. Royce was on what? He was on something, and he was giving his whole perspective. As a matter of fact, that was when hey, what's up, Mimi? That was when
Baby.
he was first saying, when I first heard him say that Joe had a problem with it, and as far as he was concerned, there ain't no slaughterhouse if it ain't all 4 of them, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. That's the whole thing. That's like having you know what I'm saying, when
but
it
now
wasn't really no NWA without Ice Cube.
But now you didn't watch the JBP. I think it came out today or yesterday, right?
Crooked, what you call it, crying? Is it Crooked Eye and Joe?
Nah, huh?
With Crooked Eye waiting on his side?
Nah. This was just released today, I think. You know, we get the YouTube Joe Button shit a day later or whatever and shit, right? But he said that Joe said he was at some fucking hotel or something, some fucking where, and he went out. He was going out to do something. And he came down the elevator. When the elevator opened, who the fuck is standing there waiting for the elevator? Joel Ortiz.
Right?
Yeah,
I ain't seen
right.
that yet.
Yeah, I just watched this shit today.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
And
I
said,
told you I spent a lot of the time watching other shit too today.
Yeah,
He said they
but you
looked
know,
at
I'm
each
just,
other,
look,
both of them was like, man, and then Joel said, yeah, you know, Crook right behind you, right over there, right? He was like, what? He was like, yeah, right there. He's like, should I look back? So they all end up linking up and sitting down somewhere and talking for an hour. Of course, Joe was like, yeah, okay, well, you know, I heard some niggas out. Ain't changed my mind, but you know, I heard him out.
Retired from rap.
Do what he's supposed to do, right? Do what he's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm grown, man. I ain't feeling that shit. Look, it is what it was.
That nigga said, yeah, I seen whoop whoop. Well, it said, did he snuff you? The nigga said, Joel said, yeah, you know, Crook behind you. And I said, did he snuff you? I was like, yeah, them niggas wanted your ass to get snuffed for real. Right?
You know what I'm saying?
Talking that shit.
So my thing, look, Joe Button would never live down. Pump it up. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, he changed the whole thing with the little
Pump
dance.
It Up was the shit, Nick. What you mean?
I know, but I'm saying he's always gonna be known that didn't go all the way to Slaughterhouse. That he's vicious with his penmanship and his rapping, man. You know what I'm saying?
Like, hard. Well, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know if he stopped, but
no, he's still hard. He still got it. But my whole thing is, right,
I know he's selling the CDs in his merch though, in his merch store. I know that much.
Oh yeah.
I know that much, nigga. At all. I'm just saying. I peeped that out. I see you, Joe. Do your shit.
Yeah.
I know he needs to stay off the battle rap stage. How about that?
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah. Stick to the pen, bro.
That him and Hollow the Die shit was just
stick to the pen, bro.
Fiasco.
Them niggas there though. The battle rap niggas they fierce. Motherfuckers is vicious ass motherfuckers. Man, they quick. They fast.
Well, I'm
different than back in the day, bro. Way different. That's what I was trying to tell you, Nick.
Nigga Charlie Clips.
They would destroy niggas from back in the days now. Nigga, I'm not even my favorite MC. They would destroy the shit out that nigga right now. Because them niggas is crazy. Them niggas is crazy now.
You know what I'm saying?
That nigga
I'm
Charlie
still-
Clips from Wildin' Out, Nick, got so many fucking schemes and punchlines.
Yeah, he's
and so
dope. Charlie
much shit.
Clips.
That nigga is that fat motherfucker can do his thing, right? For real.
Yeah.
But all the
Yeah,
motherfuckers though, like if you sit there and watch them bitches, the motherfuckers are tactical, bro. The motherfuckers
Daylight,
are hard.
that nigga is hilarious.
Hilarious. Yeah.
Hard.
Yeah, Daylight, he you
I
know,
watched
but
Daylight wipe his ball juice on a nigga's face, on a nigga's
yeah,
forehead.
disrespectful.
I
You know what I'm
was
saying?
like,
Whatever them
what did this
tattoos
nigga
in his
just
face.
do?
It's like,
And it was in the fucking rhyme. I was
The
like,
amount-
nigga.
The amount of disrespect that has to be taken
Right.
in battle rap nowadays, them niggas is a different breed of niggas. It'd always be a fight. Them shit would never end, nigga. It'd always be niggas would even go because it would always end in some type of violence and gunplay.
but that is
Fucking around with us. You know what I'm saying?
that
'Cause
is
you ain't
the
gotta
part-
go there. You ain't gotta do that. You ain't gotta do
is
none
the
of that.
part where
Nigga.
I can never
Mhm.
live down, because if we on Clubhouse and you battle rapping or whatever, you show up in person like that dude showing up, and you just got all that disrespectfulness that you talk on these media spaces. It's like, yeah, I mean, you would have told 2x4 allegedly.
But bro,
You're not making it to the parking lot.
they
Even
face to
in
face,
rapping.
right? That's why I say it's a different breed, and they understand the art, and I love them and appreciate them for it, because now I can watch it and not have to worry about nobody getting shot. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah,
can
that's
dig
true.
it. You know what I'm saying? I love that. You know what I'm saying? Like, salute to y'all, because y'all be, man.
No, because the thing is, if I heard it and I show it to your record
Let me
release
say some
party, and it's
disrespectful
an all-out
shit.
riot because you mentioned something, not subliminally like Drake and them be doing, but you actually said
No, they be, man.
MC Toe Jam is gonna get some of this jam and jamming. Yeah, and you show it to the record release party, it was problems.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? We didn't sign up for that. But just like Mac, why you send me the yellow thing? You know what I'm saying? Talk about that video was hilarious. You know what I'm saying? You didn't do what you promoted on the thing, talking about it was Mother's Day. And I'm like, wow. Like, you on the internet, but you're showing to a real party, think you're gonna get paid 2 songs, but it's a swingers party, but you really not a freak if you sell your song. Judge Mathis. Something's wrong with Mac, man. And I watched it. I'm like, wow. I watched it twice. So Lil Pimp dude, he was off the chain, but he was like, hey, you said that. And I thought you believed it. So if I book you, I shouldn't have to tell you everything, just perform. And it was hilarious. What's her name? Yellow from?
Who?
I forgot what it was. The Judge Mathis, the little yellow lady. What was her name? Yellow from?
Oh, yellow. The freak, yellow, the freak of the week.
Yeah, that was hilarious. So thank y'all for writers for sending me content that I'm just over here laughing and halfway losing my voice because I'm laughing so loud. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, the world of media is real. And cloud chasing, hope it don't be the death of people, but we actually go back to the beginning. I guess it is. So all those people who got that message, it didn't stop her. Talking about girl pullover, your turned up game, you lucky. You know what I'm saying? At least slow it down to 45.
But we don't know that. Somebody probably could have said that shit. We don't know what her DMs look like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, but they're going to jail though. They're on investigation. Why?
Yeah, see,
Man.
I wonder how many black MCs he did that to. He just do it to the white dude. Good job, my nigga. Good job. That was tactical. You know what I'm saying?
Pause.
You know
Pause.
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 That was tactical.
Pause.
That was tactical. That was hella disrespectful.
Look, I'm not ignorant no more, but that would have been a life-ending altercation.
Yeah, I know. And he probably felt that way about any other MC.
Because look, I'm proud. I'm like, hey, Daylight, do you write to the front or do you write up and to the back? Because I don't know if you got poop on your balls, you dirty dog. You know what I'm saying?
This nigga's stupid. With that, right?
Yeah.
We have reached an hour and 20. We're going to cut this shit short.
I got personal spaces. Look, I am pissed off that you even played that video. You know what I'm saying? Cancel boss.
Nigga, we was trying to tell you how battle rappers do it nowadays. Nigga,
yeah, man.
Disrespect is utter.
Yeah, man.
Man,
That's a different breed because somebody been shot that day. Somebody been the shit shot out of them that day.
This ain't no supernatural J.U. Ice motherfucking battle at the House of Blues shit.
None of that shit, nigga.
I would have felt so disrespectful. I would have took off on him. He would have had to.
I'm telling you. Hey, if somebody shot that night. Thank you, Rob.
Let's end. I'm sorry, y'all, but that was disrespectful, Mac. That visual messed
Most
up.
Definitely.
Wow.
All right, I want to thank everybody for joining us on the Piranha Pod Live at 5/7 Central. Shout out to my girl Nick Mo.
Nick Mo
taking tests and making it best.
Get the maze, baby. Knock that shit out.
Need to come back in here and brighten up the pond for us. We're looking a little sludgy around here. We need a little bling. Y'all know what it is. Shout out to everybody that joined us on Facebook and YouTube Live. Joined us on the Facebook side of the game. Jump over to the YouTube side and give us a sub over there. Also, if you join us on either platform, jump in the Clubhouse. We got a club over there called the Piranha Pond. Check us out.
Check us out.
Popping in and out of that bad boy, doing rooms sporadically.
We gonna be on that bridge a lot more too.
Yeah,
real spill. I said shout out to Nick Mo, blah 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 blah.
All the commenting people in the comments.
People in the comments. People on the replays. Check us out on the replays. Leave us a comment. It shows up in real time. Nick Nass be up at 4:30 in the morning watching that shit, responding in real time. So you can get your Piranha Pond dose in like that. Y'all know what it is.
Discord too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, join the Discord as well.
We got that too.
Piranha Pond on Discord. Y'all know what it is, what it has been, what it always will be. We've been live at 5/7 Central from the Piranha Pond. And now, unfortunately, we are